Hi, this is the voice of Heidie Calero with another interesting economic capsule for Puerto Rico. Today we are going to talk about three major disasters and trying to measure some of the economic impact that they have had on the Puerto Rico economy. The first one that we will discuss is Hurricanes Irma and Maria, but mostly Hurricane Maria. Back in 2017, in September, we had these two hurricanes that hit Puerto Rico, and really major hurricanes. Now we are seeing in our TV sets all that Puerto Rico could not see at the time, and that's regarding Ida and what's happening in the States with Louisiana, even New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Well, we didn't have electricity, so we didn't see all the disasters, but now we can compare with what's happening in the US. But going back to Puerto Rico and the economic impact of Hurricane Maria, I invite you to watch on the screen and on the left-hand side, you see this table that we estimated the damages of Hurricane Maria back in 2018. And we estimated in Calero Consulting Group, and you can visit our webpage under hcalero.com to see more on the details of this huge study that we undertook to estimate damages and also forecast and what was the impact and some of the suggestions on key sectors for the Puerto Rico economy. So it's a very complete study, which is still very current. Well, we estimated at that time that the estimates of damages were $159.5 billion. And that represents, for the fiscal year 2018, as a percentage of gross domestic product in that year, 158% of that GDP. So it's a major economic impact of this disaster. Infrastructure badly hit with almost 36% of that $159 billion in damages, almost $58 billion. And the next one, we had the impact on individual damages with almost $83 billion still ongoing in some of these insurance claims that have not been paid. So the impact of Hurricane Maria is still undergoing and forging Puerto Rico's economic future. The second disaster that I will depict for you in this next table is the impact of tremors that occurred in Puerto Rico back in January of 2020. Not even recovering from Hurricane Maria, now we have the disasters of tremors that occurred especially in the southern part of the island, but it was felt in the entire island. But mostly it impacted 19 municipalities in the southern part of the island. That's almost 24% of all the 78 municipalities that the island has. And that represents, in terms of population, 492,000 population, almost 18% of Puerto Rico's population. In terms of housing units in these 19 municipalities, 278,000, or almost 18% of all housing units in Puerto Rico impacted one way or another. Unemployed in these 19 municipalities, it's 36,000 people. Almost 39% of all those unemployed represented in these 19 municipalities. The unemployment rate almost 19% compared with the rest of Puerto Rico in 2020 of 8.5%. So economic impact as measured by the Puerto Rico Planning Board is almost $692 billion. As a percentage of gross domestic product in 2020, it's 1%. Not even close to the 158% of Hurricane Maria. And last but not least, we have COVID-19, which as of March 2020, the Puerto Rico economy was shut down, as in many other places in the world, by executive order of the then Governor Wanda Vazquez. And again, the Puerto Rico Economic Planning Board comes to our rescue and has measured in terms of direct, indirect, and induced economic impacts. On the left-hand side, what you're seeing there is a donut, and it says that the whole impact was almost $15 billion mostly impacting services, which is the blue segment that you see in that donut with 46%, and that's mostly health, education, professional services, all shut down. A new modus of work behavior, and how many people change from offices to home work, and I still think that will continue. And the next one was in terms of manufacturing, with 29.5% of all that estimate of 14.9, almost $15 billion. In fiscal 2021, the damage continues, and now it's $12.3 billion. Again, this is direct, indirect, and induced. Again, it's services most impacted, followed by manufacturing. So you see, we add these two items for fiscal years 20 and 21, it's almost $27 billion. AFAS, which is the Fiscal Advisory Board or System Administration of the Government of Puerto Rico, estimated that it was only $6.6 billion, so they fell short of all these estimates. So you know, even as a percentage of gross domestic product, it's about 1.5 to maybe 2% of gross domestic product in fiscal year 2021, as estimated by Calero Consulting Group. So still, Hurricane Maria really devastated Puerto Rico as a stricken land. Even though there are aids from the federal government, we still have not seen all the disbursement of all these monies that supposedly have been allocated. So Puerto Rico is still forging its economic future, really dependent on the impact of all these damages. And one that we have not quantified for you is the inefficiency, not only of the current administration, but of past 3-4 decades of government administration that really have placed Puerto Rico at a disadvantage in terms of its competitiveness and its vision. We need to fix that. Don't forget, those of you who like our capsules, to give us a like, because we need to increase our readership and our followership. Please give us a like for the economic capsules of the voice of Heidie Calero. Until then, stay safe. Thank you.